Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of What I Did This Weekend. This is something I bought, not really something I did. I just got this in from Amazon. I wanted, I bought these at Lowe's the other day, and they're just an alternative to wire nuts. So you just you just insert the wire into these slots here, and it's a lot easier to use than wire nuts. And they cost about the same. They're like 10 cents a piece. So they come in a bag of, I think, 100. So you got red ones. You get different capacities. This holds 2 wires. These hold 4. So I really like these, and they're supposed to be able to be used with solid wire or stranded wire, but you can't use these with stranded wire. So I was looking around the internet and I found this cool crimping system. So what you do is you put these around your stranded wire and use this crimping tool to crimp it down really tight. So here's one I've used already. I put this on there. So it crimps it around the stranded wire and basically turns it into a solid wire at the end. So now I can use these with stranded and solid wire. Here's what I did playing with it. So you can see this terminal here, I tried to pull the wire out and it was really hard to pull, but eventually it broke. So this one's broken, but this one's still in, and it's just got the red attachment here. I'm not sure if the black would work or the blue. Yeah, because they're a little bit bigger, so they might not fit. But really excited about this. So I'll probably make a separate video about these once I use them a time or two. But that's one thing I got this weekend. Other thing I worked on was I wanted to build a dust collecting system for my new table saw and jointer. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and the people were using like squirrel cage blowers to make them with. And I had this old one laying around out of an old, probably propane heater. And so I decided to give it a try. So I plexied off the intake on this side, and then I closed off the intake on this side. That way, now this of course is just for the experiment. I wouldn't leave that on there. So now the only place it can intake is from here. And of course it blows out here. So I thought, because this sucker blows, I mean, it's such a powerful fan. So I thought that I would get a massive amount of suction here and be able to use it for a dust collector. And I was going to set this up on top of like 55-gallon drum or something to blow the chips into. But no luck. It turns on and it barely sucks through that hose. So it's very disappointing. I'm going to have to come up with some other idea. But I spent a couple hours working on that this weekend. But, oh well. It's still a good fan. I'll take all this junk off and use it for what it's intended for. But that's another project I worked on. So I'll have to come up with a plan B. And then today, it snowed this weekend. And so today I built this. Last year I made a video about a sled I built. And this year, we wanted to try to build one that was steerable. So this is basically identical to the one I built last year, except this one has this. The one last year was just this portion here. So we got this, and it turns. And it works fantastically. And I used white oak from the sawmill. These slats are 1/2 inch thick. And so we had it up today. By the time I got it done, it was probably noon or 1 o'clock. So it had already started to melt off the snow, but we got in quite a bit of sledding. I want to eventually take this off and maybe run angle iron to here, because this hinge is definitely, a weak spot. But it flies down the hill. It's a lot heavier than the first one, so it's not fun dragging it back. But it works well. So happy about that. So if anybody's interested in building a sled, this design really works well. And then I ordered some blades for the jointer off Amazon and got them installed. I still need to figure out, let me see if I can get this turned a bit. So you can see, yeah, there's the new blades. I haven't used it. That's sawdust from the table saw on there. I've got them pretty well calibrated. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good, right? Not perfect, but pretty good. Good enough for me. So anyhow, that's what I did this weekend. Hope you all had a good weekend. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.